simple thing to do. Tuning in your relatives, your friends, your peers, and more. Celebrate the turning in. It's what we all strive for.
You got business? No? Move on. Reckon you at least know how to oil the gears of Ingress. Likely you ain't some protectorate or order stoolie. But I'm still gonna be watching. Go ahead.
Their dedication. If you see a person with questions much too deep, go and tell on them while they are.
Salutations, friend. Not many find their way into my presence, but those that do possess only the finest of tastes. I do hope you'll pardon the rigmarole it took to meet me. The Order has such an antiquated philosophy on the smuggling of contraband. It's superb cover and a consistent market. Refugees are in need of all sorts of supplies that the Order cannot provide, and Sub Rosa delivers, at only a reasonable markup. Myself, I enjoy the thrills of the environ. Will the Order attempt to drive me out? Will Matriarch's mercy be shelled? Shall I run out of new cereals? Oh, thrilling!
Celebrate the turning in. It's what we all strive for. Celebrate the turning in. It's what we
Yes. Obviously. I don't believe I ever implied otherwise. Feast thine eyes on the merchandise.
Protectorate sanctioned wireless.
Everyone's neighbor Prudence here with some authentic talk. Eden's abundance can make subjects soft. Law knows my edges have rounded a smidge over the years.
Ha! Yes. What a relatable thing you just said, Prudence. We all wish our physiques were as perfect as our system.
Our pursuit of perfection must extend below the neck, Subaltern Prescott. We need a responsible regimen to stay in fighting shape.
Good thing we all follow the robustness routine of the Eden League. Exercise program of the Pitchball Pros. It's like mental refreshment for the muscles. Mandatory and fun. No crime in that, right?
Not typically, no. Subjects, squat and give me 50 loin girders. Push through the abdominal cramping.
You're at the 90/40ths line, almost halfway done. Take a breath and hold it for 67 seconds. Average duration of a harsh bronzing in the evening. Don't you die on me now. What would your neighbors think?
Okay, I think that's enough toughening exertions for now. Return to your
Greetings.
duty, subject.
What can I help you with? Let me guess. One of your co-occupants is always hanging up his or her britches in your corner of the yurt. Am I right? Or you're dealing with more of a stay off my palate or that's my air you're breathing sort of thing. Pray elucidate the exact nature of your tiff of contention.
It's incredible the things that we have done. How the
Oh, really? Like they strung a few words together in a row and it all made sense? That's a marked improvement on earlier. Guessing they left out a bunch, though. Here in Matriarch's Mercy, if you're not a member of the Order, you're probably living close to somebody else. In some cases, sleeping on top of them. Sort of thing tends to cause friction between neighbors. Would lead to fights, but nobody here wants trouble with the Order. So they hire our hooligans to battle by proxy. Half the time, people shy away at the first sight of blood. The other, that's what they're there for. We say whoever wins the fight wins the argument. But frankly, it's never anything of consequence, like, okay, hurrah! This guy gets back his mangy button. Now, how can I help you exactly? Ugh, a tourist. Well, clear out then, huh? Can't have you scaring off real customers. I got a bunch of yeggs, 2 pugilized pugilists, and a cicada to feed.
It's incredible, the automechs and us. How they aid us and never make a fuss. Our colony is astounding. Outsiders find it confounding. How our perfection is perfect, is it not? Perfect minds, focused and dutiful, perfect plans for perfect people, perfect cogs and perfect thoughts, perfectly perfect perfection. Perfect minds, focused and dutiful, perfect.
Up to no good? Good.
Perfect people, perfect cogs.
Look, your nose was just a stand-in for Duarte's nose.
Don't feel like no stand-in.
Perfectly perfection.
Now let's admire.
What happened to this place? Law.
Domesticables.
Matri, where do we go now?
Considerate neighbors
What
dine
happened
on
to this
threats
place?
for breakfast.
Law.
Nitrites.
Matriarch's mercy is no safer than the trenches.
Look on the bright side. I predict that the worst is behind us.
Lies chaos. Start your day dutifully with tribute pancakes, the sensible, circular, subdued breakfast food. Tribute pancakes, just like the matriarch used to eat. Well, that was thoroughly enriching. Let's continue. Here's one you're absolutely sure to enjoy. A Protectorate prescribed favorite.
Lovely day for differential geometry.
No updates on my side of things. Anything I can do to assist you? Oh, of course. What would you like to discuss? Apart from providing them sustenance, shelter, and scientific ministry, you mean? Need I remind you, Arcadia is at war. This is what war looks like, I'm afraid. The Order is operating within a very reasonable framework to provide as much aid as it can.
Protectorate sanctioned wireless present.
Alexandra Monastery is a place of sacred study, advancing our understanding of the plan. We cannot jeopardize that vital work all for the comfort of a few. I haven't the wish to debate you on this any further. Please, let us move on to less controversial topics.
Household pets, ensuring all subjects live in perfection, lockstep with the paradigm.
Yes, what have you discovered?
Sentinel partner Dunning.
About me, was it?
I converse with many members of the Order on a number of subjects. No doubt I was extolling Seer Wiley's numerous virtues. We can discuss this more at a later time. Any other updates?
In episode 2, the customer is always.
Speak to Abbot Newell if you've more queries.
Welcome back. I assume you're not here for that debate. Anything I can do to assist you?
I said, welcome to.
Illuminating the path to true erudition is an abbot's moral duty. Whatever I can tell you, I will.
Better. How do you base individualists promote a sense of community when you can't monitor what each other is saying at all times?
You'll learn to appreciate our society.
A calling for those with a greater than average talent for mathematics and computation, particularly in the field of predictive analysis.
I'd rather starve. Wait for what?
Yes.
Seer Wiley is being too modest about his contributions. Many in the Order rely on Seers for their indispensable counsel. I myself would be lost without mine.
I'll never turn my back on the Sovereign.
Our marketing experts predicted you would say that. Middle managers, bring out the brand loyalizer.
What is that
You see? I too love to laugh.
No, it's not like that at all. Our bond is an equitable partnership built upon a foundation of mutual respect and dedication to the plan. In fact, what would you put our combined efficacy rate at these days, Wiley?
I won't trouble our good agent here with the exact calculation, but the percentage is considerable.
I dread the day your immeasurable talent finally propels you into the upper echelons. Truly, Landon, the Order doesn't realize what it has in you.
Bring in Redcoat's turncoat companion, Sentinel Dunning. Strap him into the brand loyalizer.
Oh, indeed. I needn't educate you on what you can see with your very eyes. There is a great deal of pressure on me to navigate what is a rather novel situation. Without Wiley, I dare say our predicament here would be even more precarious. Many lives depend on him, on us both. Why, Matriarch's Mercy would not be the refuge it is without his predictions shepherding its development.
Loyalizer has many moving parts and can be a bit imprecise. Hey, what are you doing?
Not if you consider the alternative. Its absence would be far more catastrophic for these poor refugees. Really, the Order is being quite charitable. That is a statue of the Matriarch, Alexandra Varric, Arcadia's founder and for whom the monastery was named after. Regrettably, Alexandra Monastery is closed to non-Order members at the moment, given recent troubles. But perhaps Seer Wiley can give us an estimation of its reopening.
Oh, certainly. According to my calculations, the monastery will be accessible to certain members of the public shortly.
Ha! Good news indeed. Oh, you really must visit. The observatory is a true sight to behold.
Fine. A little obsessed with material goods and needless services, I guess. Also have a hankering for crab witch. Got anything devoid of nutritional value I can snack on?
Certainly. Consume
Welcome
these
back.
Angel's Choice sprout-
Any luck enlisting help?
Extruded from the chemical slurry vats just last year.
As a doctor, I'm appalled. We don't have enough beds or private quarters to separate people, so sickness is blazing an unhappy trail through the refugees. Of course, the Order keeps us well supplied with meds, but things will get worse as long as we're overcrowded. Yes, I can treat sickness as it arises. It would be leagues better to prevent it entirely. That means space to spread out. Since you asked, you can run this medicine to Horst Lambing. Just don't shake the man's hand. He has a habit of coughing into his palm when he covers it at all.
And so our hero Redcloak faces her greatest challenge yet, locked in a chamber of consumerist horrors. Will the brand loyalizer shake her faith in the paradigm? Of course not. Who would even entertain such a thought? A dramatic escape is afoot in the next episode of I, Redcloak. It's obligatory listening wireless entertainment.
Consider me uplifted. Let's see what's next. As Eden offers a plenitude of natural resources, our station presents a profusion of pleasing melodies, like this one.
No finer victory beyond the vanquished foe. No greater luxury could any subject know.
Ah, I pleasantly anticipated this exact moment. My personalized order prediction and weekly prognostics report both mentioned encountering an unforeseen factor about now. I suppose that designation doesn't wholly apply to you, though, does it? Predicting future events is an imprecise science. Currently, that is. Well, then, I read that you'd have questions about our predictive methods, correct? Matriarch's Mercy is brimming beyond capacity with those cast out by war. But we of the Order rise to every challenge and continually strive to better our guests' existence. Why, I, for instance, have availed my predictive methods to our refugee neighbors in the area. I share the very same surprise. Engagement is admittedly rather low, but at least one member of the camp reports he has benefited from them greatly. One of our recent guests, Rollo Nast, has received multiple personalized order predictions. I believe he could speak to the effectiveness of our ways firsthand. If my own humble assertions are not enough, I trust his attestations would convince you, and perhaps other members of the displaced as well. True, my situation does lack a certain refinement. Regrettably, this is Matriarch's mercy. We all must do the best we can with limited means. We utilize a mix of proprietary research methods to gather as complete a data set as possible, and advanced calculations using well-honed models to effectuate it. None of us predict events with complete accuracy or absolute detail. We'd need to solve the universal equation to do that. Fortunately, we're all working very hard on that problem. The Department of Predictive Analysis provide weekly prognostics reports and personalized order predictions to help steer our followers' paths. The Department of Predictive Analysis is mainly populated by seers like myself, who represent the Order's most talented mathematicians. After years of study, some can predict events a few seconds or minutes into the future with reasonable precision. Others can estimate with up to 71.1% accuracy several months out. Of course, predictions have grown more difficult with the loss of the archive, but I am not to speak of that with an outsider. No offense. Unforeseen factors, random elements, anomalous outliers, incalculable variables, all of them can undercut the accuracy of our predictions. But as we close in on solving the universal equation, unknown unknowns will become known unknowns. Then finally, known knowns. You follow? Well, I do believe you're needed elsewhere. Farewell.
Nothing. All of us. The Protectorate protects. The Protectorate provides. Consider our automech harvesters in the outskirts of Guardian Estates, working day and night to top our larder with wholesomely delicious nutrition. Sleep soundly, knowing these contraptions are under our complete control, keeping our bellies full. None have been commandeered by desperate rapscallions. The very idea is meritless.
Where do we go now?
Inappropriate.
Another refugee camp?
So
Another
don't.
colony?
I predict with an 8.3
Another beauteous melody
that our situation will improve in time.
Sovereign.
Stop it with the predictions. You don't even know multivariable calculus.
Just trying to cheer you up.
Oh, a visitor. Without notice. Hello. You weren't mentioned in my latest personalized order prediction. Granted, I mostly skim the parts what don't cover probabilistic dangers, so perhaps you were alluded to in some, roundabout fashion. Suppose that means you're not a threat. So that's good, right? Yeah, I reckon that's good. I'll say, I try not to make any big plans until I consult my latest POP. First time I got a POP, it was on a lark. It said, Rollo Nast, our seer has predicted you must wear a helmet today. I borrowed one. As a laugh, everybody ribbed me about it. Just after lunch, wind picked up on the cliff above and dropped a mock apple 152 meters straight down onto my head. Fortunately, I still had that brain case on. Sure, but I've had 9 POPs so far, and at least 3 times something similar happened. Avoided drowning in a culvert, sidestepped my mantisaur allergy. Forget the other. Things like that just illustrate the fragile nature of human existence, especially here in Golden Ridge. My co-occupant Ike had a POP done and told him avoid liquids for 48 hours. He ignored it. Later got drunk, passed out, drowned face first in a puddle of water. You did catch the part I said they saved my life, right? I think alive is a notable improvement on dead. That's something you can take to the bank, you know? Figuratively speaking. I don't know why the other displaced have been so slow to take to them. But I'm not complaining too loud. Waited for my latest POPs long enough already.
Oh, Administrator Agarwal. Here to finally hash this out, are you? Thought this day would never come.
Yes, well, our esteemed outsider here has agreed to thoroughly appraise our situation, in the hope that we may finally close the book on the exclusion zone once and for all.
They say you asked around. Listen to folks. That's a good start, at least.
Speaking as a representative of the Order, we will abide by the Mediator's decision if you do the same.
Agreed.
Mediator, I leave the fate of the exclusion zone in your capable hands. Speak on then.
Did he also happen to mention they were needlessly oblique and vague?
But our predictions are given to inform and protect, not to frighten. Forgive me. I do not mean to disrupt.
You mean that missionary type who's always talking at everybody instead of to them?
A bit rude, don't you think? But since this mediation was foretold, I will not dispute your findings.
You actually got the Provisioner to give you the time of day. Huh.
Ah, yes. I sometimes forget Provisioner Plotnik is also assigned to minding the displaced's needs. Her role is largely proactive, while mine is reactive.
Fair enough. The Order does keep us refugees fed and plenty, medicated. To give credit, as I do with blame, where it's due. I'm all ears, Mediator.
The what now?
When grievances between the displaced approach fisticuffs, we hire Sub Rosa hooligans to duke things out for us.
That is unquantifiably absurd. And I don't see how moving into the exclusion zone will help. Unproductive is one thing. Paid Donnybrooks with surrogate fighters is... well, I'm at a loss for an applicative metaphor to describe it. I understand he is rather short-handed.
Yeah. Someone should get right on that, huh? Anyhow, what was the good doctor's diagnosis?
Consider guardian estates, where wayward protectorate subjects have turned on their neighbors, squabbling for our scraps. Take heart.
We have ample room to space people out more, but only if we utilize the exclusion zone.
That is indeed unfortunate, but the dangers predicted for the exclusion zone may outweigh these concerns. Collapsed. But we built Matriarch's Mercy to optimize comfort and safety.
I'm guessing you're saying this wasn't an official structure, more of a hastily assembled, precariously built shanty. People are struggling to make do with what they have. If we had the exclusion zone, this wouldn't be a problem.
I'm aghast these structures weren't built following established order construction guidelines. By my calculations, you've explored this topic from every conceivable angle. Admirable work, Mediator. I suspect that your sympathies lie with the displaced. Unfortunate if true, but I leave the decision in your capable hands.
To inform on your neighbor is thoughtful. If their zeal shows deficiency, with mental tune-ups may be all that they need to resume peak efficiency. You're the center of our system. You're what fuels our mighty flame. We share successes and failures, even when you're to blame.
Shit. Very well, administrant. You win. I'll honor the terms of the mediation. Let's hope your math was right.
Have faith. Or, if not faith, reason. We can still work together to improve conditions around Matriarch's Mercy. Your reward, Mediator, with my thanks. I now consider the matter decisively closed.
To be right and unbreakable, that is our ultimate goal. We all trust in each other. By rules we abide, working as commanded to, side by side.
Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless presents I, Red Cloak, the reassuring adventures of a mysterious sentinel who roots out the rot of dangerous thought. I, Red Cloak. Her sentinel senses ever keen, the eyes of the sovereign, watching you, your neighbors, your household pets, ensuring all subjects live in perfection, lockstep with the paradigm. Previously on I, Red Cloak, our hero was betrayed and whisked to the consumerist den of Auntie's choice, strapped to their brutal brand loyalizer. Will she survive Auntie's barbaric imitation of our perfect mental refreshment process? Thrilled to her daring display of defiance in Episode 3, Brand Disloyalty.
Any final words about your precious perfect community, or your sovereign or paradigm or such before we flip on the loyalizer, Red Cloak?
Nothing appropriate to say in front of the younger neighbors.
Younger neighbors? What gibberish are you spouting?
We in the Protectorate speak as if everyone is listening, everywhere and always, from our zealous rug sprats up to our benevolent sovereign himself.
Well, this ought to change your tune. Lower managers, activate the brand loyalizer. It's awful quiet in there. Shouldn't Red Cloak be screaming? I feel like she should be screaming. The machine is operational, right?
Wait, are you asking me?
The Loyalizer should be interposing your motivationators, churning up your base emotions, resurfacing deep-rooted inadequacies. It should be smarting something fierce right now.
Whatever you say.
Increase the Loyalizer setting to 510%.
Now I'm starting to sense something. It's a bit much.
Ah, yes, I knew the pain would penetrate your spirited facade.
No, not the pain.
Strange. In light of the recent attack on Auntie's Choice, you may want to make haste to Matriarch's Mercy. It's just down the road here. I can't rightly say, and that is rather concerning in its own right. It seems our temporary ceasefire with the corporatists may be at its end. Yes, this was an active war zone until recently, and now seems like it may be so again. Not quite certain why the attack was launched, but that is not under my purview. I'd surmise that when Auntie's Choice realized they couldn't get through our defensive measures, they wisely chose the path of diplomacy. Seems I was mistaken. They must have done something to provoke an attack, which is why your safest path now is the one that leads to Matriarch's Mercy. The Order controls everything south of this point, but the rest is beset with various dangers. Zealots, scavengers, creatures, and corporatists. Well, not certain about that last one anymore after the attack. Cultists, mad to the last one. I believe they worship the rifts or some such. People will turn to anything to ease their discomfort during times of crisis, I suppose. They're both unstable and violent. Auntie's forces call them scrappers, and uses them for just that, gathering scrap materials. Excessive abuse of stimulants has made them severely unbalanced and prone to violence. They've also been known to pose as refugees, to lure their victims into ambushes. There are several camps of them northwest of here. I'd strongly advise keeping your distance. The creatures are of the genus Varachnid. They are large enough to kill a full-grown human, and exceedingly willing to do so.
All our efforts add to the equation.
The deal is off. Red Cloak's resistance to the Loyalizer.
I don't see anything else coming. Was it just the one?
We consumerists wish to be her neighbors in the Protectorate, if you will have us.
Gladly. I welcome you on behalf of the Sovereign. Zealous new neighbors in Auntie's Choice, raise your arms against these Order traitors.
You cannot turn on us. It defies all logic. Equations save us. A squared plus B squared equals mass times acceleration equals force equals 2 minus 2 minus 2 plus 2.
Oh, no. No, no, no. I will not let you drag me back to Eden, Red Cloak. Any of your new anti-pals makes a move, you get it right between the eyes.
And so Red Cloak finds herself staring down a gun barrel brandished by her traitorous former partner, who finds himself staring down the barrels of Red Cloak's new corporate allies. Will Red Cloak defuse this standoff between Auntie and the Order? Expect the expected in the finale episode of I, Red Cloak. It's obligatory listening wireless entertainment.
Emergency protocols ready.
Fortificator at ready status.
This unit is concerning.
Taking the fight out of them. Mitigating the threat.
have too much on my mind for
Perhaps it would be
idle chit-chat.
advantageous to... No, that won't function up.
I've got your numeral. Keep moving.
Now that if they deploy Anasaurs, it would be better served having it the other way around.
So just do as you're told.
Show your work or shove off.
Try not to deviate from the norm.
Observed you in these trenches before. You are aware this is a war zone, correct?
So they stay deciding just you. That's your
Next, a small sampling of Protectorate Abundance.
Fulfilling your Protectorate duty shouldn't get in the way of 3 nourishful meals a day. Seek instant sustenance with Prestige Borstloaf. Only the purest natural ingredients, congealed into an appealing loaf shape. So it's ready to eat, with or without heat. Prestige Borstloaf. It's contentment in a can.
Such perfect products, the envy of our rivals. But let's not gloat. Here's a little number to get your feet tapping and your mind meditating on the perfection of Protectorate society.
Engaging hostile life forms. You are dying, which is not advised at this time.
on the receiver with your neighbors. This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless, your trusted source for wholesome melodies and inspiring reports on community goings-on.
Prudence dictates the most vigilant defense is a virile offense.
Say, isn't that the team motto of the Protectors of Piety?
Can't get a pitchball reference past you, Subaltern Prescott. We can learn from organized athletics. Our enemies are always gunning for our Saturday goal.
But what can I do? I'm just a pipsqueak enthusiast, not a muscled atlas. A hydration specialist at best. Unfit for the field, but eager to rise from the side boundaries if called.
Then you are the perfect Protectorate subject, Prescott. What you lack in strength, you make up for in zeal and a willingness to give all for your home team. Regardless of their system-assigned role, all subjects must be ready to rise to the occasion.
This is Chief Quidley,
to serve
recording with the intent of registering this most unusual sequence of events and securing their serial wave rights. Recently, we reckoned it'd be a hoot to hack a captured order terminal, use it to heckle them. Instead, we wound up chinwagging. And turns out we have much in common. They're bored, we're bored, and everyone got sick of trench living months ago. Next thing you know, we're getting together for brews and a wave of their knockoff sport, pitchball. And where there's booze and ball, there's betting. And while those order folk are scary data smart, they can't see the angles if they're big as a ship and bright as a hollow ad. They just see stats and percents and don't get how spunk, moxie, and being due play into it. I thought hustling games of six caps was the easiest way to make bits. Not no more.
Paradigms planned without pause. It's an honor, what I'd wish for all who live. It's a privilege to die for the cause.
Our station offers only the best in music for Protectorate subjects. It's your due, because our way is superior to others.
Confronting threat.
Coming to earn me a discount on all participating anti-choice sets!
Hey, hold your fire! They aren't from the Order! Anyone who shoots pays for their own ammunition!
Looks like a few made it. Probably could use some help.
Did that blast give me a dunder?
Or is some damn stranger walking into my area of operation right after we've been attacked? You got any reason I oughtn't have you shot? Yeah? And what exactly makes you so sure of that? Well, I suppose I appreciate your honesty. But even if I believe you, so what? The damage is done, and it's not like I'm mounting a counterattack. Seriously? You expecting me to ring up Auntie and tell her, hello, Maven of all marketing? Just letting you know that this scrutinization officer says everything's hunky-dory. You've clearly been out in the Dorado sun for too long. Ah, an offer for transaction. Now you're talking my language. Didn't reckon you as someone sympathetic to our ways. It just so happens we might be able to trade services. And normally I wouldn't admit this kind of weakness. It's bad practice. But I'm really in the squeeze, and you might be useful. Lately, my luck's been right miserable. I got enemy sneak attacks. I got grunts murdering each other. I got unsanctioned power struggles. And it all risks reflecting badly on me. You cut down the number of issues that are vexing me, and I'll send you a word of peace and harmony up the chain. What's good for me is good for you, see? Quid pro quo. Or, if all that sounds like too much work for you, there are other ways to curry my favor. Make me believe your good intentions. Encourage me to take your side. That bomb that hit us, it was filled with uranium. So not only did it kill us the good old-fashioned way, it also caused serious poisoning. My contract medicalist over there is literally up to her elbows in it, her hourly rate is ridiculous, and our damn autodocs have gone on the fritz from the workload. You get her the compression coil she needs to make the autodocs work, and that should cut her billable hours in half, and then I'll send your message. There's been a murder at one of our forts. Trooper's accused of poisoning her senior officer for some preposterous reason. Problem is, I'm already short on medical specialists. The last thing I can do is waste one for days just to find out if she did or didn't toxify him. Go find out who done it, and I'll send the message you're asking for. This is gonna make no more sense for me saying it than it's gonna make for you hearing it, but apparently, the senior officer at one of my forts is a mantisaur. A real, actual, pincer-faced, carapace-having mantisaur. Not a half-human one, or a psychic one, or a talking one, just a regular old head-munching mantisaur. Anyways, there's some dispute over who his second should be, and he can't exactly decide himself. So go sort it out for me, and I will gladly send your message. Now, you know that's an irrevocable deal, right? As in, please remember it's legally binding, and I will sue you if you fail to get it done. So don't let either of us down.
One of our greatest technological marvels has initiated its long-scheduled foray into space for various research purposes.
We've heard some concerning reports that some subjects had forgotten this news and expressed shock and concern at the sight of its recent launch.
What would your neighbor think about such heedless disregard for Protectorate communiques?
Especially concerning such important matters.
Prudence dictates everyone listen closely to all official announcements.
Stand by for further reassuring content.
Here's a song for you to enjoy while you solemnly reflect on your sworn duty to our idyllic society.
Oh, thank law. It's Barnabas, the worst. Barnabas, I need you to go get him.
What in the scrupulous name of profitable deductibles do you think you're doing? Just who are you, and why are you walking through my triage? Help, huh? Well, that would be greatly appreciated. We need compression coils. The attack left more wounded than I have supplies for, plus a hefty amount of Zeranium poisoning. And the coils on our auto docks have worn out. Without them, they can't convert raw materials into the medicaments needed to help the soldiers heal. How fortuitous. This feels like my first bit of luck in ages. It's a start. Thank you. Please, come back when you found more. You're back. Please tell me you've had some luck in finding us compression coils. Auntie dropped extra compression coils in pods from orbit to help our advance, but they landed everywhere. Though I heard some are in the no man's land between the battle lines. Many thanks, but please hurry. These folk...
Enthusiastically neutralizing unfriendlies. Emergency protocol syringes primed.
Standing by to stupefy.
Superior Protectorate products.
The paradigm is the quintessential means to maintain our perfect society on Eden. These bags of social biscuits, brimming with advanced nutrients and high moral fiber, a delectable delight. As flavor cumbersome as it is conscientious. How would your neighbor feel if they knew you weren't eating a balanced diet? Why, just ask everyone's neighbor, Prudence.
Prudence dictates you eat them.
Eden's Bounty Ambrosial Biscuits. Now due to continued research in an even wider array of unique and delicious flavors, like Patience Fruit, Somber Duty Melon Surprise, Arcadian Delight, Resolute Orange, and Loquat from Heaven.
Intriguing items engagingly described. What's up next? Long ago, the matriarch devised the paradigm plan to support a bounteous life for all Protectorate subjects. From the tender fillet in your latest meal, down to this exquisite next song.
You're back. Please tell me you've had some luck in finding us compression coil. Lovely. Every coil gets us that much closer to saving these lives. It's a start. Thank you. Please, come back when you found more. You're back. Please tell me you've had some luck in finding us Please hurry.
That song was for our ever-vigilant sentinels, who, even as I speak, are tirelessly rooting out malcontents and Auntie's Choice sympathizers. Next up...
Please tell me there's a damn good reason you're back. Then why buy...
Pace with a true adherence zeal.
Your communication skills are quite remarkable, Valerie. I haven't seen a more robust artificial conversation system outside of EUENIAC at the Archive.
Thank you, Agent Delgado. This unit's speech system utilizes a language bank of 4,096 words and phrases accessed during conversation based on context and messaging variety.
Yes, exactly. I've noticed that you very rarely repeat the same messages.
Thank you, Agent Delgado. This unit's speech system utilizes a language bank of 4,096 words and phrases accessed during conversation based on context and messaging variety.
Well,
Take whatever business
yes.
you're running elsewhere.
See you later. This is how the other side lives, hmm? A bit Spartan, even for my taste. Out of harm's way, though.
Attention. Nearby Mantisaur is deviating.
Yes, I hope you're not here to apply for employment. I'm already overwhelmed by the sheer volume of peons I'm forced to oversee. And if you're here as a spy, know that the temporary ceasefire is on tenuous footing. So if you stay, it's likely just a matter of time before I'll be stringing you up. Enemy Scrutinization Officer Durbin. What does he want with me? Ah, well, in that case, your business is with both my commander and me. But I'm being rude. Allow me to introduce Strategic Ingestment Executive Wojciech, Senior Most Representative at Fort Endurance. Now you're starting to sound like some of the wagabouts I've got under my command. Why would I be anything but serious? Executive Wojciech has been part of this unit since he was just a pupa. As he grew, he's shown exceptional bravery, stoic stalwartness, and strong leadership. It's earned him promotion after promotion, until our last battle against the Order deprived us of our former chief executive and left him as the senior-most trooper. Okay. The executive welcomes you, but would like to know why Scrutinization Officer Durbin sent you here. There's no dispute. Executive Wojciech is in complete charge of the fort. His orders, which I interpret as his junior officer, are executed without question. My experimental Mantisaur graft lets me speak with him as easily as I do with you. He emits pheromones that my antenna can detect. He wouldn't be much of a commander if he couldn't communicate with the troops.
That is exactly what he's doing.
Designer Bradford, you've been warned about disrespecting the chain of command.
And you've been reminded, repeatedly, that I'm not under your chain of command. I'm technically under the Mantisaur, but that's got nothing to do with you. I just wanted to make it clear to our newcomer that you are full of shit. You've always been full of shit, and you will always be full of shit. So you're best ignored entirely.
That is quite enough, Designer. Yes, well, please excuse our curmudgeonly biologist. She's been a pill ever since the promotion that made Wojciech outrank her. Still, that ugly moment behind us, it's a comfort to my mind that you're here. Executive Wojciech has an assignment we're desperate to have done, but it can only go to someone outside our chain of command.
Ugh, not this crabble scat again. There is zero chance you're right. Zero. And this brilliant assignment of yours didn't go so well for the last group. Yes. I have been trying to get Durbin to relieve this duo of command for months. But the lives they've lost with this insanity finally got his attention.
Bradford, how dare you undermine me? I mean, us, like that.
Well, if you're competent enough for Durbin to send you, then unlike the others, you can probably survive this fool's errand. And what better way to prove Wentworth is lying?
Wojciech can sense that there are some kind of mutated mantisaurs over yonder, and he wants us to secure one of their pupas to raise as his own.
Oh, stop it. The creature doesn't want a pupa. He doesn't want to breed a superior race of mantisaurs. He wants to eat meat, excrete the excess, and be left alone. That's it. Even if he could ask for a pupa from a rival nest, he'd probably just eat the law-be-damned thing to cut down on competition. He's a bug, nothing more. But the only way to prove it to our command is to have you run this fool's errand. Once it's shown to have been a colossal waste of resources, they'll put me in charge.
That is enough. One more word in question of our executive officer, and I'll have you pitched over the edge with the rest of the enemies we've conquered here.
Yes, sir.
We need you to infiltrate the mutated Mantisaur nest, secure a mutated pupa, and bring it to me here. Do that, and I, and Executive Wojciech, shall make sure you are well rewarded for your efforts. Look in the nest to the east. That'll have your best odds. It's where Wojciech feels the pull from the strongest.
Feels a pull, Wentworth? Seriously? What am I saying? That makes the exact amount of scientific sense I'd expect from you. Excuse me? May we speak a second? Apologies for my outburst, but I had need to warn you that an earful from Wentworth is akin to sucking on an inhaler full of ammonia.
Hey, what are you two talking about?
Nothing of your concern, Wentworth! Just ignore him. He was clever enough to pretend that Graft lets him talk with the beast. So overnight, he upstarted from simple trooper to de facto commander of this installation.
You know it's impolite to whisper, right?
But I've studied him extensively, and it is most assuredly nothing but a play for power. I am. I've watched for patterns of behavior that would demonstrate higher communication, and they don't exist. So, catering to his will isn't gonna do anyone any good. Conversely, the scientific value of studying the mutated pupa he wants is exponentially greater than any possible use he could have for it. Bring it to me, and not only will I match any reward he offers, but you'll have the satisfaction of knowing that it will serve a much greater purpose. Wonderful! Scientific discovery awaits your return.
This unit has added Mantisaurs to its registry of approved task managers.
Such an inspiring broadcast. On to other things. More music to aid in your earnest rumination of portentous societal responsibilities.
Behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented.
Not ready. Please try again later.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work?
Commencing
Report them for
combat-related
mental
activities.
refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea. Next up.
Is melody granted by the gods.
Standing by with life support.
I could feel my
Torpificator is charged.
Such wonder. Things I shouldn't
Sequencing attack strategies.
about, I ponder. That is when I knew I needed a sort of correction, so I heeded the words of my betters. I could be better again with a quick mental refreshment. I have seen my friends and my family address it. So I knew that there was no reason to stress it. Process can remove that crinkle, the feelings that can cause a wrinkle. What I know now, those thinkable thoughts have to go with a quick mental refreshment. Those sentiments I felt were such a burden on me. The weight is better felt by one assigned to oversee. Thinking never made anybody happy, that I believe. Blessing offered such an effortless reprieve. Since that day, my thoughts have never been the same, girl. The infidelity are no longer strangers. The sadness that was once inside me is long since gone, and though it tried me, I knew that I could be oh, so much better again with the quick mental refreshment. Quick mental refreshment.
Entering a confrontational state.
Quick mental refreshment.
Soda that drinks like a soup. Available in Coke or
Such perfect colors. The envy of our rivals. But let's not. Here's a little number to get you tapping into your mind, meditating on the perfection of Protectorate society.
Go for torpification.
Engaging combat protocols.
Torpification in progress. They're benumbed.
Mind the needles.
Relax, not charged. Need to finish recharging first. Do try to limit further damage, Commander.
Emergency protocols ready.
Gather around the receiver with your neighbors. This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless, your trusted source for wholesome melodies and inspiring reports on community goings-on.
Don't forget, your unthinking compliance lets the paradigm run with flawless efficiency. Unthinking is essential. Unthink today. Unthink tomorrow. Unthink forever. Now you know all you need to know, so on we go. Another song in an expertly curated playlist, picked out explicitly for you. The Sovereign's Chosen.
Every day I am giving all myself in his name. I know he cares.
Entering a confrontational state.
Fortification in progress. Locking them down. Recharge incomplete. You suffered extensive damage,
That's why I love my sovereign. That's why we love my sovereign. My heart belongs to the sovereign, and the first sovereign before him. With Rome in my heart for the matriarch, whose bloodline we know their perfection. I trust, I breathe for my neighbors. I aim, I watch in his name. I know I am right. He's our shining light. The sovereign deserves all your love. Love him and he will love you. Love him, that's all we must do. I want for nothing, come what may. I still my devotion have not gone astray.
Hey, still recharged. Fortificator at ready status. They're benumbed, mitigating the threat.
Standing by with rifle.
Suture me up.
Improve your odds.
Adventures of a mysterious roots out the rot of dangerous thought. I, Red Cloak.
Ready.
Episode 1. Unwholesome food for thought.
Don't let the unhealthful process of this eating establishment distract you, fellow Sentinel. Get into Auntie's territory early to find the Order spy.
The turncoat is supposed to meet their corporate contact here. Rest assured, my eyes are attentive, even as my stomach revolts. How these wage slaves survive on this artificial swill is beyond...
Can I get you robust individuals another trough of Anti-Keo and Pal's Borstworth?
That's why I love my sovereign. That's why we love my sovereign. My heart belongs to the sovereign, and the first sovereign before him. With throne in my heart for the matriarch, whose bloodline bestows their perfection. I trust, I breathe.
Seems like a bad
Engaging
sign.
hostile.
Torpificator is charged.
Emergency
Torpification in progress.
Please seek treatment for soon.
Need to finish recharging first.
Not ready.
For the matriarch, whose bloodline bestowed their perfection. I trust, I breathe for my neighbors. I aim, I watch in his name. I know I am right, he's our shining light. The sovereign deserves all your love. Love him and he will love you. Love him, that's all we must do. I want for nothing, come what may. I still my devotion have not gone astray. I'm a good neighbor, I do all I can. That is my great sovereign's loving plan. That's why I love my sovereign. That's why I love my sovereign. That's why I love my sovereign.
Abundant entertainment delivered with acceptably reassuring vocal
Fellow subjects.
Confronting
threat and to someone dislike this action.
Negative. Recharge incomplete. Go for torpification.
Emergency protocols ready.
Would not refuse medical support.
Aggressive is the wrong word. One born with subversive assumptions. That I believe my decision-making is superior to the Sovereign's. That I consider him naive, grief-stricken, unfit to serve as the caretaker of worlds when he is in fact guided by the soul, by the matriarch's own immaculate bloodline, protecting us all, providing abundance, freeing us from
Health benefits available at your request.
So right, Consul. Forgive me for misspeaking. I'm just a little awestruck by your presence here in the studio.
Oh, Prudence, I would never report everyone's neighbor to mental refreshment. Of course. I do enjoy our folksy chats, but I must get back to it.
Well, that, as they say, is that. What's next? Here's one you're absolutely sure to enjoy. A Protectorate prescribed favorite.
Hello again. Have you brought me the pupa? Oh, thank law. Here's the reward I promised. I am downright giddy to get it into my lab so I can start my experiments.
A valid course of action, considering that mantisaurs have been observed consuming their offspring.
Mantisaurs, eyes up, troops! A mess of the bastards are coming from the east.
Did they follow those folks back from that nest?
Standing by to stupefy.
Got nowhere left to hide.
Meeting in an hour. No combatant
on my scope.
Fearless team of culinary commandos have joined Dragoon Army to overcome the creature.
All right, you bastard, come out! Damn fool trying to fight me.
There is a 78.9% chance that a change in leadership has occurred. There is a 96% chance this unit requires desanitation due to contact with raw mantisaur flesh.
Everything is meant to see a line and working well. Nobody should fall behind unless I'm the one to tell. We believe to make an effort and a test, calmly speaking to authority at their behest. Glancing through the cracks and spaces round the door frame, keeping tabs and notes on people can be like a game. Celebrate the good ones, turn in those who stole. Should be no simple thing to do. Be the merry one who makes the call.
This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. Essential listening for all subjects. As many recall from earlier announcements, the Vox Relay
Well,
communications...
that certainly was a horrific bit of chaos. But you made the right decision by giving the pupa to me. The research value it will provide is enormous.
Various research purposes.
Absolutely. And that research will bring me promotions, wealth, and status that is long overdue. My genius. Yes, you have your bits, and I will have a long, illustrious...
Disregard for Protectorate communiques.
Especially...
Nobody in their right mind is gonna believe I talk to these things now.
Prudence dictates.
Damn lucky I've got to figure out how to explain this mess, or I'd feed you to the bugs myself.
Well then, moving on.
Next up, music to invigorate your mind, so you can serve the greater good at a brisk pace, with a true adherence zeal.
Well, what have we here? You couldn't look Lesanti's choice if you tried. So what are you doing in our fort? Durbin sent you? Why? You certainly ain't a certified pre-inhumation inquisitor. Oh, lovely. And just what is it you think you can do for me? You ain't even carrying a masticating tissue scrutinator. You just gonna guess what manner of poison killed folk? So far as I can tell, it's a simple case of killing to get ahead. Chief Cuddy and Trooper Bardot were sharing a table for supper. There was nothing wrong with the food. The whole fort ate the same thing. And 10 minutes later, Cuddy was bloated, discolored, and looking all ta-la like he'd been poisoned. There are no other suspects, just Bardot. She swears she's innocent, but they always say that. And I can't possibly figure how that could be. Yes. I walked over, saw Cuddy's body, saw Bardot screaming her fool head off, and I put her in cuffs. Case closed. Now, I'm waiting for a specialist to affirm my theory, so I can get on with my other 1,000 duties need doing. You wouldn't believe what this mess is taking out of my schedule. You're welcome to try, but I can't figure what good you'll do. I guess it's possible you could make Bardot confess, but I'm not going to be holding my breath. Honestly, anything that keeps you busy and out of my hair is fine by me.
This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. Social guidance and approved messaging, punctuated by acceptable music.
Neighbors, cease all leisure activities. Our sovereign is here with another cupboard full of wisdom with his golden bestowment. Report anyone seen ignoring this broadcast.
My dear subjects, I speak to you personally in this time of conflict because I know my voice brings you comfort. Yet those who trespass against us are no cause for concern. I must now return my focus to loftier matters of state, but I entrust my consul to speak on the war effort and set all of your minds at ease. Consul Thoreau?
Thank you, Sovereign. Neighbors, fear not the corporatists at our gates. They present no threat to our way of life. No more than the odd cultist or those turncoats in the Order. Our enemies covet our abundance. Such avarice is a rabid wolf clawing at the door. When the people hunger for more, they will cut down their own brethren to sate their appetites. If we are to continue building the great perfection we've set our hearts and minds to, we cannot abide even a crack in our foundation. That is all it takes for such scourge to work its way in. Vigilance is a virtue. Be wary of trespassers. Their ideologies can be corrosive to the vital cogs in our clockwork. More than ever, remain watchful of your neighbors. Better to be safe than seditious. Report any odd behaviors. My sentinels are never far, always watching, always listening.
Now you know all you need to know, so on we go. Our station offers only the best in music for Protectorate subjects. It's your due, because our way is superior to others.
I could feel my wary little mind start to wander. Things I shouldn't be thinking about, I ponder. That is when I knew I needed a sort of correction, so I heeded the words of my betters, so I could be better again with a quick mental refreshment. I have seen my friends and my family address it, so I knew that there was no reason to stress it. Process can remove that crinkle, the feelings that can cause a wrinkle. What I know now, those thinkable thoughts have to go with a quick mental refreshment. Those sentiments I felt were such a burden on me. The weight is better felt by one assigned to oversee. Thinking never made anybody happy. That I believe it's a blessing. He offered such an effortless reprieve. Since that day, my thoughts have never been the danger. The infidelity are no longer strangers. The sadness that was once inside me is long since gone, and though it tried me, I knew that I could be oh so much better again with a quick mental refreshment. A quick mental refreshment. Quick mental refreshment.
Devil. Another song in an expertly curated playlist picked out explicitly for you. The Sovereign's chosen.
You're honoring their sacrifice by winning a war on high prices.
Here at the end of it all, it was worth it. No hesitation, no indecision. Taking my final breath in the name of it. My sacrifice for the matriarch's vision. Embracing mortality tests my morality. Burn the paradigm's plan without pause. It's an honor and a gift. What I'd wish for all who live. It's a privilege to die for the cause.
Welcome to Bonnie's Barely Above Board Battlefield Bazaar, brought to you by Auntie's Choice. We know consumers are highly discerning in how they spend their bits in an active war zone, and I really appreciate you dodging literal bullets to bring me your business. And to show my gratitude, I'm offering you and only you a one-of-a-kind, once-in-a-lifetime, exclusively discounted rate of 4/5 of Auntie's standard profiteering rate.
Blown up by a mine. A fine way to go among many ways to die. Electroshocked, plasma smelted, cyranium gassed, goo pelted, minced, cubed, irradiated, blunt force trauma, decapitated. List of life-giving opportunities goes on and on. Oh, nearly forgot. Eaten by enemy raptidon. And my heart, it beats till it slows. But I know every breath and every smile, every step in every mile, contributed to something beautiful. The paradigm as a whole. It's an honor and a gift. When I'd wish for all who live, it's a privilege to die for the cause.
Gather round the receiver with your neighbors. This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless, your trusted source for wholesome melodies and inspiring reports on community goings-on.
Prudence dictates our betters always know best, which is why our trusted consul now joins us to share his unvarnished knowledge of a painful topic, the traitorous Order.
My fellow Arcadians, it is well known that the Order of the Ascendant abandoned us when corporatist invaders arrived in Arcadia. Yet why? The roots of their betrayal reached deep, to when Ruth Bassar ascended to presiding bishop. She was jealous of the zeal our sovereign instilled in his faithful subjects. Bassar's envy heralded a shift in Order priorities, a dereliction of scientific duty to pursue more selfish ambitions. The tumult of operation gave them an opportunity to abandon us. Their contributions were always exaggerated. They practiced junk scientism in the name of hokum, grand plans, universal equations. Ignored. It always foretold the gulf between Protectorate faithful and the Order. In truth, those math worshippers didn't abandon us. We left them to rot in their own overwrought thought.
Now, on to other matters. Here's a little number to get your feet tapping and your mind meditating on the perfection of Protectorate society.
Our place set in stone, perfectly whole. Pebbles are grown together.
Having seen the results firsthand, we vociferously agree that before you begin taking contact
Well, hello there, consumer. If you haven't yet, you should be sure to avail yourself of our retail opportunities downstairs. You here for the view? Of course. I've seen about every meter of this rock by one means or another. So if you're looking to bargain, I'm sure I've got info for you. Say 250 bits per location. It landed over by some particularly aggressive creepy crawlies. I'll mark it for you. This batch is over near some kind of zealots or cultists or something. Find them, you'll find the coils. The last is a pretty little place I like to call the Crystal Overlook. Can't miss them. Checking that the cables I patched are staying together. When that big old gun downstairs was working, it rattled the wiring in the walls, so sometimes the lines short out. They bled us with constant those sovereigns saying they made the invasion stall about 5 kilometers away and would have. At first, we thought it was a trap. We didn't find out why until we got here and learned the Protectorate hightailed it. Those Protectorate it took them weeks to rally, and by then we owned most of Golden Ridge. If Anti'd only send a few thousand more troops, we'd shove them completely off this rock. Thanks. Have a lucrative.
Stranger, please, you gotta help me. They're gonna railroad me into a guilty verdict. Then I'll be declogging sewer sediment tanks until I'm dead enough to mulch.
Reassuring programming in line with the paradigm. This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. Friends and neighbors, we want for nothing. All of us. The Protectorate protects. The Protectorate provides. Consider our automech harvesters in the outskirts of Guardian Estates, working day and night to top our larder with wholesomely delicious nutrition. Sleep soundly, knowing these contraptions are under our complete control, keeping our bellies full. None have been commandeered by desperate rapscallions. The very idea is meritless, inappropriate to ponder. So don't.
Stand by for further reassuring content.
More music to aid in your earnest rumination of portentous societal responsibilities.
Durbin! Oh, that's great! He's bound to see the truth of this and let me go. Abner's trying to pin this on me, and it ain't right. I got a bunch to say. First, I say I'm no murderer. Second, I say there was no reason to do it. Third, I'd say that I actually like Chief Cuddy. I mean him no harm. He'd get you extra shifts if you asked, and only ding your pay if you really screwed up. And sometimes, if you really had to go, he'd even cover your bog breaks, pro bono. I'd never have hurt the chief, even if you offered to pay me to do it. I'm telling the truth. You can go ask Security Officer Abner, even he'll tell you. I've got no motive, nothing to gain, and everything to lose. But he says I'm the prime suspect, and nothing's gonna happen until a doc gets here and cuts Cuddy open. That'll tell him what actually killed him. We were eating chow at our post. Cuddy asked me to try his because it tasted funny, but I tried it and it was fine, just like mine. Then he just swole up, turned blue, and died. I made a ruckus, which called everyone in, and all they saw was him dead and me fine. So Security Officer Abner charged me with murder and threw me in here. It was exactly what Cuddy said would happen if he ate Crabble. He was deathly allergic to Crabble. But we ate Sisty stew, fresh from the can. And ain't no Crabble in Sisty stew. Yup. Cuddy had told everybody about his allergy, repeatedly, over and over, constantly. Nobody would have served him Crabble knowing that. But that's still gotta be how he died. So, I need you to talk to Security Officer Abner, remind him of the allergy, and let him toss all my gear. He won't find Crabble anywhere.
The paradigm is the quintessential means to maintain our perfect
No, that was days ago, and they tossed out the rest of the stew. So I don't even know if the docs will still be able to tell it was allergies that did in Cuddy. He will. He has to. It's the truth. I didn't murder nobody. Please, make him understand.
Moral fiber, a delectable delight, as flavorsome as it is conscientious.
You're back? Why? Of course that's what she's gonna say. Do you think everyone nabbed for a crime just confesses? What? How could that be? I made the stew myself and every one of us ate it.
Well, that was thoroughly enriching. Let's continue. Long ago, the matriarch devised the
What? That's ridiculous. It was nothing but canned Sisty stew. Stew that I Oh. Oh no. Oh, did you say Crabble? Well, he told everyone that. But that ain't exactly the same as it actually being true. See, Cuddy was what you'd call a complainer. He complained about the food. He complained about the weather. He complained about his bunk. He complained about everything. He's also somebody's nephew. Some junior executive. And if you gave him reason enough to complain about you, he'd take it up with his uncle, and it'd come back down in your head. Half his gripes were really nothing but reasons to grouse. But if you push back too hard, he'd run to his uncle. So most of us just ignored him, assuming he was constantly full of it, and didn't think twice about doing things like stretching the stew with canned Crabble stock. What? No, it was an accident. Nobody would have, at least nobody'd mean to. Law, his uncle is gonna see me transferred to mid-operation engine cleaning on the claim. Unless... Hey, how'd you like to make some bits? Some real bits? And keep a tragic accident that'll lead to the end of a promising career. Total secret. So we got this thing. An acidic dematerializer that we use to melt mantisaur dung, so it don't call in the local wildlife. But it'll actually work on anything organic. Anything. That means if someone used it to melt Cuddy, there would be no body, which would mean no autopsy, which would mean no evidence, which would end the investigation. I'd do it myself, but my boss said she's on her way for a surprise inspection, so I can't leave. But if you go find one and melt the body, I'll make it worth your while. Well, then she's cleared, of course. No more questions asked. She goes free, you get bits, I get on with my life. Deal?
This is Protectorate-sanctioned wireless. Social guidance and approved messaging, punctuated by acceptable music.
Dear neighbors, gather round the wireless for this multi-part chat with a man possessing a commanding yet comforting vocal timbre. Emery Thoreau, more simply known as the Consul. Greetings, Consul. Now you are more than just our beloved sovereign's dear friend. You are his right hand.
Not quite his right hand, Prudence. His firm hand. I enforce his benevolence.
And you enforce it so faithfully. I'm sure I speak for all subjects when I say thank you for your service. It must be such a burden.
Not at all. I have help from the Sentinels, of course. All subjects rest easy knowing these agents walking in among us, forever vigilant for despoilers of our perfect life. I have bestowed them with the authority to serve and protect all faithful subjects. Only wrongdoers have anything to fear. Thus my Sentinels free me to fulfill my own purpose.
A purpose we've kept you from overlong. Thank you for inspiring us, Consul. Before you go, might I ask you to sing a bit of Gloria Arcadia in your wonderful baritone?
Thank law. You'll find Cuddy inside the tower. But you'll have to sneak your way, then come back and tell me when I've got no more evidence to hold Bardot and can draw this whole thing to a close.
Walked out of the studio. But fret not, neighbors. You will hear his inspiring voice on these airwaves again. Well, that, as they say, is that. What's next? Here's a song for you to enjoy while you solemnly reflect on your sworn duty.
You, the Getting Go-Getter. I'm offering deals so good, they're worth of pulling under the bullpen over the barbed wire and stuck together.
Oh, the paradigm is perfect for everyone. Our progress is unmatched. No technological hitch left unscratched. Perfection is perfect. Is it not? How we prevail, but above all else who fail. Success is really the only option.
Engaging combat, scoping out a hostile.
Not so far. We truly are the
just walked out of the studio. But fret not, neighbors. You will hear his inspiring voice on these airwaves again. Now you know all you need to know, so on we go. Here's a little number to get your feet tapping and your mind meditating on the perfection of Protectorate society. That one goes out to the Sovereign. In fact, all of them do, because as you know, he composed every single one. Another song in an expertly curated playlist picked out explicitly for you, the Sovereign's chosen.
Never a sedimentary crowd.
clearance to come this way. One step more and you die.
I've been told Chief Cuddy's corpse has gone missing. Thank you for your help. You've saved 2 careers today and allowed us to put this whole miserable affair behind us. Of course. Debts left unpaid. Regardless, it's nothing but
Stay thee from thine appointed task. tasks. When duty calls, call on Matriarch's own Mercy Oxymorphone. It's the pain
You did it!
subjugate.
You thank you, thank you, thank you! I'm so glad to be out of that damn cage. Someone else's crime. So you know what happened? That good-for-nothing rung leech! That dunder! My cousin's a VP in R&D who used to head testing on Numa. Abner's going to... That makes me extra...
Little mind things I shouldn't be thinking about, I ponder. That is when I knew I needed a sort of correction, so I heeded the words of my bad.